Hey everybody, welcome back to Trial and Error. This is going to be the true final episode of the garage build, and as promised in the very first episode, I'm going to cover all of the costs involved in getting this thing built. Obviously we did this all ourselves, so my labor, friends, family, and neighbors to get this thing up and completed. I'll also break it down in terms of what level of finishing that you can expect. So for just the raw building itself, weatherproof roof on it, siding on it, we'll look at that cost. We'll look at the cost of finishing it on the inside as well. So the interior walls, insulation, air conditioning, 2-post lift, all of that stuff. And then we'll look at the overall cost in general. So paving up into the third door, additional, ancillary items or finish work, backfilling around the garage foundation, and all of that stuff that most people will have to deal with at some point when they're building something like this. But for right now, I'm going to let you watch the paving process that we just got done. We opted to go with the repave of the entire driveway, and for obvious reasons, I didn't want it seamed, and the cost of getting a paving company out to your house just to do anything is a good chunk of the overall cost. So it just made financial sense to repave the entire driveway. The old driveway wasn't bad, but it wasn't good, and it was going to need some work in probably another 10 years or so, whereas now, seal coat it, take care of it, and it should be here long after I'm gone. So with that, I will step away and let you watch the rest of this. Now, for the reason you all actually are watching this video, what did this thing cost? So a couple of things I'd like you to keep in mind. Number one, I pay cash for everything. And when I say cash, I mean off the books dollar bills, not checks. As you can imagine, that allows for some, we'll say, additional discounting in both products and services. So if you're able to do that, I really do recommend it. Over the years, I cannot imagine how much money I've saved just by saying, hey, you know what? If I pay you cash, like $100 bills cash, what's your best deal? Or what can you do? And, I'm not saying, I'm just saying. Number two, I love buying used stuff. I love used stuff. Or grabbing free stuff. So don't be too proud to take another man's trash and make it your treasure. So some of the richest people in the world are also some of the cheapest. I'm not one of them, but I do try to stretch my dollars as far as possible. Craigslist is a good friend to me. Alright, now for the garage, the specs. So the garage edition is 40 by 40 feet. It's clear span, no poles, and 12-foot 6-inch ceilings. That is built onto the back of an existing 28 by 28 garage with a loft above it. So our total for the 40 by 40 portion of the garage, so for those of you just looking to see, if you're starting fresh, I want to know what a 40 by 40 foot garage would cost me. So 40 by 40 roofed with siding, 2 doors, 4 windows, completely unfinished on the inside, is $44,850, but within that 44,000, we'll call it 45. Within that, it includes $2,900 of fill and crushed stone backfill. So depending upon which part of the country you're in or what your situation is, you may not need anything for backfill. So you could knock about $3,000 off that 45,000 right there. Now, the total for the 40 by 40, with it completely wired for power, and that's with a new electrical panel, the whole deal, all the cables to run outlets down all of the walls, insulated and finished with a 1/2-inch OSB on the walls as well as the ceiling, and includes lighting actually in this number as well, so those LED lights. The total for that came to $48,480. Now the total for the 40 by 40 plus refinishing both the inside and the outside of the existing 28 by 28, that came to $50,621. And the grand total for the project, which includes everything that we just talked about, plus HVAC, plus the 2-post lift, plus the shop air system, cabinets, repaving the driveway to meet the new 10-foot garage door. Grand total, drum roll please, $65,267. That is half the price of what I was quoted to have this done for me. So I basically saved about $60,000 by doing it myself. So it's worth it. And with that, I think we can safely wrap up this Dream Garage project. Thank you all very much for watching. If you do have any questions, comments, concerns, and or criticisms, make sure you throw them down in the comment section below me. Otherwise, everyone have a great day.